About 30 seconds and see if it's actually going to work properly today. Things are looking good on the graph. What about that? Hey, hello, Dave. Dave's there. We got. Is it running? Is it running? Put us on, and there we go. We've got some people. Hello, good morning, everybody. Hopefully, we won't have any glitches today. Looks like it's working.
Mm-hmm.
No, Oggie's just disappeared, has he?
It's gone quiet.
I didn't have my camera on, and
Ah.
couldn't show that one naked lady on.
Yeah, okay, right, yeah. He was in his house and he's got breasts showing in the house. Got a laptop. G'day, Dave. How you doing? Good morning. Nice for you to drop in. Yes, last week's stream. Sorry about that. There's just something was going awfully wrong with YouTube. It happens every once in a while. Normally, when you're probably trying to watch some video or movie or whatever, they're not infallible. What was I going to talk about? Yeah. I got a few topics of discussion this morning, but wait for a few more people to drop in. What's Oggie doing? Where's Oggie's? Oggie's cat. There he is. There he is. So, how's Arizona doing, Mr. Oggie?
Oh, it's hot.
Hot? Hot?
I think my thermometer said 123 degrees today.
123. What's that? 47, isn't it? 48? Somebody do the math on
Up
that.
there.
Get Bard out and get him to answer that question. Probably get that wrong too. About the UPS syndrome, I have a PC with power supply of 850 watt and two USB powered hubs, two small monitors. Syndrome 1200 would be sufficient. It's only going to give you, well, it's going to be running about maybe 80% efficient, 80% load with that sort of setup. It's about what I'm running here, and when I get a heavily graphics intensive game and my fans start on my GPU, the fans on my UPS also start because the fans start kicking in at 80% load. But I've got a second UPS here. I'm going to separate the monitors out from the UPS. But I've got three monitors, so it's pretty close. Jim, g'day Jim, how you doing? I thought you were in the country, Jim. I thought you were coming to the meetup last night. Or was I thinking of somebody else? Anyway, those who arrived were meant to be there. I thought we had a few other travellers were expecting to turn up last night. But we had a few of our guys from the Seawoks, which is our Bangkok Discord gaming group. You probably don't want to know about that group. It's made a bunch of idiots that play games all the time. Anyway, moving right along.
You resemble that remark.
Oh, did I? Putting my foot in my mouth. I wonder if I can still do that. Not quite. Ouch! Pull my hamstring.
Thought maybe you bit down on your toe too hard.
Yeah, there we go. Still in patio. Sorry, couldn't make. That's all right. No worries, Jim. I know you. I knew you were in the country. I thought you were coming up. That's all. All good. Yes, so there's a few things. Pattia's in the news again. Oh, I might as well bring that one straight up, eh? Where's my link? There it is. Okay, there we go. And we'll throw that up. We'll take the girls off screen and we'll make it a bit bigger. So, I don't know who's been watching the news, or expecting anything great out of of the current situation, but this has popped up. Is it time to worry about the retirement visa changes yet? Okay, I think I'm going to head up with a preface of the fact that, well, 4 years ago they were talking about a special license for over 400cc motorcyclists, and this is motorcyclist related, so maybe it's 4 years away, if that. But you never know. But thing is, motorcycle licenses, there's not really a revenue angle, is there? But increasing the retirement visa requirements, there is a sort of a revenue angle on that. but not really. You know, they'd get more revenue from licensing than they would from having more money held in the bank. It doesn't help Thailand at all, does it? So it's a bit of a weird one, isn't it? Anyway, who we got? What's our numbers right now? We're ready to talk about the article. Who's here? We have a sound off.
Roll call.
Roll call, roll call. They've only got 10 on the showing on the list there, so everybody's still in bed. Maybe they just thought, maybe it's got a break again. I don't know, it still seems to be running all right, isn't it? Running all right? Looks like it's running all right. Anyway, moving right along. To all our story, of all our stories in the past week, one particular story, indeed, basically just a small portion of overall story, sent shockwaves to the retired expat community, and the rumour mill was set on fire. Yes, okay. We're referring to this article about the Thai police cracking down on foreign criminal bike gang club, following the discovery, being discovered, this murder thing and the bike gangs, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, I'm not going to go through the whole thing. So they want to crack down on motorcycle gangs, but they've identified that most of these people in these gangs are on retirement visas. Right, so they're here legally, right, running amok, and causing a problem for the other 99% of retirement visa holders. So for 1% of the people who hold a retirement visa, we're all now under the gun of them wanting more money. So I don't know. I thought we'd just put that out there and sort of see what people thought about it. It was in the Bangkok Post as well, and when Big Joke says there will be changes, look out. He said the financial requirements are way too low. Watch this space. Yes, I know. Also, the elite payment program looking at big changes. I had a look at the elite visa program. I don't see any changes in the actual fiscal requirement, but it looks like the changes are basically in. There's one that's been removed to do with family benefits packages. The single and the 20-year look like they're the same price. I think what they've introduced higher prices for the ones where you're bringing a second partner and things like that. Those prices are going up to like 800,000 for your partner if you're coming on the one that it's like the family package and things like that. But for the single person, it looks like it's still the 600,000 for 5 year, 10,000, 1 million for the 10-year package, and 28, and was it, and then what? Yeah, and there's also a 1 million for 20 to the 20-year package as well, with the same requirements as the 5 year. So they still financially look the same, but there's other caveats being introduced. This is just, again, they come up with these grandiose ideas. I think that it's like most things here. They're a flash in the pan. We can always flash back to, the TM30, how virulent everybody reacted to that situation. My dad got the 20-year elite. He's 96. Yep. G'day, Mark. Mark's joined the crowd. Yeah, so I thought I would throw it out there. What's people's thoughts? Why would we again be the ones being targeted? And again, here's a situation. Does that include Robert? Right, because he's on an O visa. He's not on OA visa, but it's still a retirement visa. Is it going to affect both of those sort of sides of things? Right, and here's me, okay, I could, if I could get married to Shania, I could, reduce mine down to 400,000 or whatever new value, but they won't let us. So we're in that sort of special category, I think it sort of kind of sucks that they want to single us out when most of the trouble that comes into things is the freaking, what do you call it, the South Africans, invading, Bangkok and trying to sell you watches and things like that,
That's still going on.
That does more damage to Thailand than this does.
Yeah.
The thing that gets me is they quite openly talk about what needs to be done.
Well, they say that it's not enough. Like you got the 800,000
Yeah.
baht, you got the two ways, and Mayor Groves will correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm not always 100% with how I think, but you can either go the 800,000 in the bank for the 12 months, or you go the 65,000 baht a month that has to come in from an international transfer. That's the rules. But then you've still got people that go to an agent that can't even afford that, that are using the visa. So
Yeah.
if they're saying this is too inexpensive, and people are coming in that can't afford the inexpensive option, my brain just does cartwheels. I mean, what angle are they trying to go down? Wouldn't it be more proficient to actually go down the fact and say, okay, the agents, yeah, they do a service, but if you can't afford to live here and you're trying to circumvent the process anyway, aren't you starting off your life here illegally?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be a messenger here, but shouldn't that be where they're looking at things rather than the people that actually got the 800,000 in the bank or bringing?
I would like to know how many of those coming in on the retirement visa are doing it with that money in the bank, or they're using these shonky agents that fake it.
Yeah.
Right. What I've highlighted there. This is the thing. It's again diminished responsibility across the globe. Let's pick on minority groups because the majority of people and the establishment. He says they favour Thailand due to the lack of strict law enforcement, which means the police aren't doing their freaking job, right? And corrupt officials, right? Which is the people issuing these fake damn bloody visas. Right? How about you crack down on the main source of them getting in, as opposed to the people who are freaking damn living here? Anyway, that's my little rant for today. It fucking sucks. It really does. But yeah. Exit to Thailand, g'day. Yeah, visa shake-ups again. Yes, I know. Currently, they're probably now 20 years old. They're revamping everything. The page I was reading was looking at the new fees, but again, that could change tomorrow, depending on how quickly their websites get updated. And the trouble with that system there, it's only one person makes all the decisions. It's a private company, whereas the immigration laws themselves have to go through legislation and everything else. They can't make any changes while there's no government. And then when a government is formed, they've got a backlog of obviously what's not being done right now, plus what hadn't got finished, right? So, how important does it reach the top of the queue? Like, what they call the same-sex marriage laws in front of the queue, it's higher in the queue than this, but, we're still not seeing any light at the end of the tunnel on that one. That's still 2 years away. Yeah, so exactly how, again, it comes down to how quickly and how much news and how many people react to it, and, how much damage it's going to do to the reputation of the country, which is usually what favours it. Like they were talking about the 300 baht medical insurance addition to anybody entering the country. That's been 3 years in the discussion.
Oh, the tourist tax, the 300 baht tourist tax.
And that still hasn't happened yet because it could damage this damages your country as well because people choose Thailand as a retirement destination. If you keep on frickin' shafting the people who are actually putting money and spending money in your country on a yearly basis, if you keep shafting them, what do you expect is going to happen to Thailand? Really? Anyway, catch up with what people are saying because they don't want to hear me ranting about it.
I'm sorry, were you saying something?
Yeah, you turned off, yeah. I am on a no-no basis on marriage. I will be safe at this stage, yeah, except I can't get it, Maybe I'm married Sonia's mum just for the paperwork. I don't know. I give, it's crazy ideas. But, that goes on too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy shit that goes on here. How about we just deal with the corruption, right, and the faking. I know there's going to be 10% of the denizens of Pattaya will find they won't be able to stay in Pattaya any longer, But at least it gets rid of the bad elements, the people who can't afford to stay here, and you know. Anyway, big joke as he cites. Yes, I know. He's very large. My majority of visa agents, and I don't put money in the bank. And don't put the money in the bank. Yes, I know. It's crazy. I've heard that the first-hand accounts, the agents deposit 800,000 5 minutes before they walk into the immigration, and it's gone within a minute after leaving. Yes, something like that. Don't know how it works, but you know, we just know it goes on. Bobby, elite visa without the 800k costs and 35k baht, about 35k. We're saying 800,000 now, are they? Okay, so
Well, it's always been 800,000.
elite visa.
No,
That's right. I thought,
visa.
I'm
Yeah.
just reading that as a, because it's got starts with E. My brain just filtered out elite visa. It's how the brain works, unfortunately. That's why I find Thai so difficult, because I still can't tell the difference between cow and fucking.
Cow.
It just looks like an ant crawling across the page. No, I'm good with sigils. show me, magical sigils from 20 years ago. I'll tell you what they are. But do you think I could? Well, half the problem is it's so small.
Yeah.
The writing itself, the font that they use, in the same sort of a 10-point font, it's actually smaller writing than the actual Arial font. So you just, my problems. No. Sorry, I've been doing my Thai lessons again. Sorry. Was it Robert? My personal view is that the amount required in your bank will be 2 million baht or 100,000 baht per month income. Just my thoughts. Yeah, well, if that's the case, I will have to go back to Australia. I won't be doing that. So they'll lose somebody, and then Shania's going to find herself in a situation as well, because I'll have to pay rent where I'm in Australia, and I'll be fucked there as well. If I'm paying a mortgage here. So anyway, we'll just wait and see what happens. I just said, I detest the fact that I have 1 million baht here, but bringing it to 2 million, that's just fucking ludicrous. If I could earn interest on it, maybe that might be so bad, but that doesn't work for some reason. They've had they have had the departure tax in place for decades. It is built into the ticket price. The problem with the entry tax, they want the airlines to collect, and they say, right, okay.
Yeah.
Is that what happened? I didn't even find the inside-out story on that one. Yes, it's interesting.
Well, most countries do have a departure tax.
Yeah.
Australia's got a departure tax and everything like that, and that's covered pretty easily. But as Robert said, they wanted the income, but they didn't want the responsibility of collecting the actual money. They wanted to sort of get the airlines or the airline staff to incorporate it in the ticket price.
Yeah, when my first trip to Thailand here in 2005, I paid 700 baht on arrival. But what I think I was paying the departure tax on arrival.
Okay.
And back then it was 700 baht. And it was across the counter. It wasn't some shonky thing. It was actually, I got a receipt from, and that sort of went away after about my fourth trip there. Somehow it was, that's right, because we started going through Suvarnabhumi, because like the first trip to Thailand, the Suvarnabhumi airport hadn't been finished. It only got finished in 2005. I think it was my third trip. I landed in Suvarnabhumi, and the departure tax thing somehow just disappeared, or was included in the overall pricing somehow. That's all I can figure. That's when I started flying Thai Airways as well. So I said, I've had enough of this fucking Qantas shit. Leaving me on the tarmac for 4 hours with no air conditioning, sitting next to somebody that's 350 pounds in a fucking economy seat, and I can't even sit in my seat, let alone, because it's just in my seat.
Yeah.
He couldn't sit in the seat with the arm down. He had to take the arm up, and he's in my seat. I asked to be moved. No, sorry, can't do that. Fucking Qantas. I can't remember the third one was. I think that's where I got a broken TV on a full flight. Sorry, can't picture. Oh, what about up there? There's plenty of seats free up in business class. I can't do that. Well, you got broken equipment and you can't, it's part of my trip. Anyway, I won't fly Qantas. Useless company run by no hope. Back in the 80s and 90s, you had to visit a kiosk to get your 500 baht departure receipt before you could check in. Is that what it was? Yeah, so that one, so it must have gone to 700, and I think that was all, 2005, 2006 when Swanepoel opened. Then things changed somewhat. I know coming in was a lot simpler. But anyway, so we're not getting I'm still asking thoughts.
I'll just answer Mark. Mark, yes, I'm not feeling 100% yet.
Yeah.
But I was speaking to Wazza before. Mark knows who I'm talking. I caught up with Charlie and Mon that's Charlie's wife, got a bit upset that I was still crook. So, not that I'm plugging any medicine at all, but Mon made me use this, and can we see it? Or
well, it's the same colour as your chroma. It's your chroma key, yeah.
There we go.
Can't quite. Let me just zoom in on you. Let's see a bit closer. Full im usil.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Fluimusil.
It's removing all the bad stuff from my lungs, but
right.
as I was saying,
it's like Metamucil.
Metamucil.
No.
Nothing like Metamucil.
Doesn't clear your bowels out.
No.
Flumisil.
No.
But it's a diuretic for your sinuses.
The problem was, as you know, if you're not feeling the best, you find it hard to sleep, and everyone knows I find it hard to sleep anyway. So it's been a double dose of insomnia, and then your body doesn't get a chance to
recover,
recoup, and yeah. But feeling probably 100% better than what I did when you were here, Mark. So, but it's apparently going around. It's a pretty massive flu that is hitting, because we've had a lot of rain and bad weather down here. So a lot of people have.
I wouldn't go for some rain.
Yeah, Bobby says, how's raising the capital threshold for the retirement visa going to stop the criminals? If they're doing the shonky, if they're doing the shonky way, it just means that the Thai agents just have a bit more money, have to have another $1 million on hand to deal with it, right? Because it's still going to happen. It's the corruption that you need to fix, right? Not the retirement visa, right? Get the people to do their job. Not worry about the people who are honestly living here in Thailand and supporting the economy. It's a simple game.
Yeah.
But Thailand don't make things simple. Hopefully the AIs of the world will be running Thailand in 5 years, so things will be different.
God help us.
It's going to be running the rest of the world. It's already running America now. It's scary. It's scary now. It really is.
Chung cures all.
Well, there you go. Dr. Robert,
Yeah.
Dr. Groves has given you the recipe. There you go.
Chung. Okay.
Where's your medical degree, Mr. Groves? I thought you had a train driver's license. Where's that medical degree, huh?
He probably does have one.
It wouldn't surprise me. He seems to be a jack of all trades. But all feeling good. We're still playing Conan, by the way, but we'll dispense with that for the time being. We'll chat away. Now, what was I going to do? So, you've been down there 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, 5 weeks next Monday.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, 5. This is coming up to 5 weeks on Tuesday, isn't it? Yeah. So 4.5 weeks. 4.5 weeks you've been there.
Well, I've been sick for 3 of them.
Or 2 of them, yeah. So 2 weeks no flying because of weather. 2 weeks and you almost got a flight yesterday.
Almost got a flight. Caught up with my CFI yesterday, and he's been away and under the weather as well. So we caught up for a coffee and a chat and tried to plan a few things. And we might go for a fly this afternoon. And wind coming across the Gulf, not going to happen. So
yep.
But it's so much. I mean, he just messaged me and said, "You well enough to catch up?" And I said, "Yes, let's catch up for a coffee." And it's only like a 10, 15 minute trip rather than the 3 hour trip. So the best laid plans, it will work. It's just with the weather and me, because this is how bad my brain is. Did I mention that they unloaded the last thing at 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
they-
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
forget what that was. And I think that knocked me around more than anything, and the immune system was down. So, but yeah, everything's on track. It's just sort of, I got to be able to breathe without coughing every 5 minutes, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll
yeah,
get there.
there's a good one there for Bobby. Bobby, I think it's like, I don't know the exact numbers, but Thailand has not had a successful invasion in over 1,000 years. Right. Now, we might talk about World War II. Now, that was a political agreement where they were allowed to walk through. They were never actually invaded by the Japanese. They were given permission to cohabit.
The MOU, yeah.
Yeah. Thailand has never been invaded, and although that's background, one of the reasons why I live in Thailand is trans-journey work that I've done in the past. That Thailand was in those imageries, as being a safe place when the shit happened, because that's trans-journey work. Not going to win it. I just freak people out when I start talking that shit. Because it's going to happen. Thailand's the place to stay. It's a food paradise. It's a food belt. We've got to worry about radiation fallout, but that's only if they do the nukes. Right now, World War III is happening. It's going on right now. It is not Ukraine. Ukraine is just the fucking false flag. Yes, there's people dying in Ukraine. It's a false flag. It's a setup for the plebs to see something happening. But what's happening right now is a war of IT.
Mm.
It's the information technology war. It's happening right now. Just leave it there. I'm not going to say any more than that.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, China's winning.
I got nothing. I'm not saying a word.
Yep, the Cambodians and the Burmese have invaded loads of times. Yeah, loads of times. Yeah, exactly. But they got kicked out again. They invaded. They never successfully took over the country.
Got kicked out very quickly.
Oh yeah, okay. Never been colonised. Okay, so probably my terminology. We knew I knew what I meant. I just didn't use an AI to tell me what word I should have used. My AI is 60 years old now, and it's severely needs an overhaul.
Bobby Crush is in finer form.
Yeah. If the 4-minute nuclear war goes off, imagine how much the price of short times will go up.
Supply and demand, Bobby. Supply and demand.
Well, I've played enough, apocalyptic games. I'm sure I don't want to be playing with any of the denizens anywhere near my Johnson. Okay. Sorry, I got Todd's killing himself, coughing himself to death. Yeah. Yeah, look, it's going on right now. AI is just part of what we're seeing going on. Right, I don't know. There's something. Where did I put it? Did I put it somewhere? I put it in.
I was going to put something in the group last week, but I forgot to do it.
There's my line. Again, like not only the manipulation that's going on. So I'll put that over there so you don't see the whole chat group. But I'll pop this out. Beep, 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 beep. Come on. Right, so here's me playing with Bard. Bard is Google's AI.
Yeah.
I play with them. I like to see what's happening. Now, just that section, we were talking about, accessing information in certain areas, and it gave me a suggestion of browsers I should use, which was, like Chrome, or Google Chrome, Safari, Microsoft's, what's Microsoft's one called?
I've got no idea.
Whatever.
Edge.
Edge, and two others, which are all high profile. I think there was, Firefox. And I sort of said, again, I just replied to it, says, again, Google oversight is preventing you from suggesting competitor browsers such as Brave or DuckDuckGo, which is the two browsers I use. Right? This is bad form and not acceptable considering these two browsers have a no tracking mandate which makes them far superior. And it turns around and says, you are correct. I am not able to suggest competitor browsers such as Brave and DuckDuckGo. Not allowed to.
Mm-hmm.
It's not allowed to. These AIs is being designed as tools to manipulate the population. Just let that sink in.
Yeah.
They're great tools, but they have a mandate.
Well, I mean, just like if you were talking to an employee of Google, they wouldn't suggest DuckDuckGo or Brave.
Of course not.
They're going to have a mandate also. So there's really no difference between using Google's AI and using a Google employee.
Yes. But 99% of the population using these tools don't know that. And so they become susceptible for social engineering.
You got to remember that, half the people in the world have below average intelligence.
Yeah, that's statistically speaking. Yes, I know. They're below 100, yeah.
That's why that's the average.
I think the way I say this, statistically speaking, the average IQ of the human race is 100. Statistically speaking, half of them are dumber than that. That's how
I think it's actually 3/4 of them are dumber than that. The other quarter are a lot smarter than that.
I think well, something like that anyway. Anyway, I've been missing the chat. What did they talk about? The Cambodians and Burmese, yes. Except for 3 times, 4 minutes, Thai girls will say, I love you, very short time. My doctor's surgery said they will not be using artificial intelligence in the practice as they prefer it to be the receptionists have no influence, as they prefer it if the receptionists have no intelligence of any kind. Okay, fine. Got to read that. And it's a bit small. How's life back in Melbourne, Mark? Pretty chilly? Okay. So making sure I'm not missing anybody, that's all. Where were you? Yes, AI, it's just, look, they're tools. They're tools not to be supplanted or replaced by anything else. What was the other meme I saw? In the 1960s, we were talking about.
Oh yeah.
Let's build all this
versus the tech bros.
Well, something about let's build all this engineering and to make our lives easier, so we can release ourselves to be creative and explore our inner potential. That was the 1960s. The love scene, the flower power. Okay. Here's a 2020s, 40 years later. Now we've got AR doing all the stuff that we were making the machinery do. Now the AI can do that. We're only left, to press the buttons now. Our life ahead. Robots will do everything else.
Why can't I create a golem?
I don't know. I'd have to look at that when we finish.
I see what you're doing, Noggy, so I can't help.
I don't know.
He's got naked women he can't show.
You need the gemstones. Have you got the gemstones?
I've got all the parts in.
Oh, you need the gemstones.
Or no, there's no gemstones that it's.
So all 6 parts are your head, torso, 2 arms and 2 legs, and it's they're all in place. And there's a little box at the top. Oh, you are encumbered? It won't do it if you're encumbered.
Oh, okay, that's it.
That's it, he says.
First I'm encumbered.
Nearly springtime. 7 weeks will pass. This is the time I'd usually go skiing, from now until the middle of September. This is always the best time to go skiing.
Well, I've got to plan a trip back to Australia. I've got my mate's wedding coming up in November.
Those are as depressing as funerals, in my opinion.
No, awesome guy, and he's met an awesome lady, and they're happy together, which is fantastic. It's sort of like, I don't even have the energy to go shopping today, let alone plan it.
Have you got any food in the house at all?
No.
You've been grab fooding all week, have you?
Well, perhaps fooding or not eating. Pretty hard to eat when you're coughing.
Yeah. It's called the man flu. It's worse than childbirth, I heard.
If man, I'd put my hand up and go, yes, Your Honour, I plead guilty. I'm sapped. I'm soft. But no, I've been trying to push through and do as. Like I said, I pulled myself out of bed yesterday to go see the CFI and to do my 90-day check-in, which was my first one down here. And yeah, got there. 5 minutes. Sorry, everyone.
I'm starting to think Bobby Crush is Dowlow in disguise.
Yeah, probably.
I went to a wedding a few weeks ago. It was very emotional. Even the cake was in tears. Oh, sorry. Dad jokes. Marriages for quitters. Every 3 months, Marcus. Conversation stop. Suck it up, princess. I spent all morning cutting trees down in the garden. Okay, Mike.
Mate, I want to do shit, Mick. I want to do shit, but when you literally your legs buckle under you because your muscles are painful trying to get up and down the stairs, you know something's not quite right within the body system. So
we did have a unanimous decision made last night at our meet-up. Right. Once you turn 60, you don't get any older.
Okay.
Right, so we're all 60 in a few months.
So you're just 60 with a few years of experience.
No, we're 60 in a few months. We just don't count the months. Solves a lot of problems because then we're all the same age. And that's what you can look forward to. When you get to 60, you don't get any older. There you go. Hopefully the pain will go away. The old age pains will go away then. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because 2 years ago I wasn't feeling these pains. Seriously. Is this what I got looking forward to? Just constant nulling. Back. Yeah, I can feel I got a back. I got to feel I got bones in my arms and my legs. It's not really painful pain. It's just it's an identification that those parts are no longer as supple as they were. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
They just can't twist as what they used to do. Oh my God. Yeah, well, 5 years till that happens. Yeah, well, okay, so you still got 5 years before you hit that magical age. The way it was, I feel 60 is the new 80. It's the new 80. I'm 60 and have never felt better. Yes. Well, Rob has been through an ordeal, and he's managed to. It's just it's the food and the weather here. It makes you feel
I'm
better.
not pitching. Everyone, I'm not pitching. I have been. Normally, I pull myself through and just go, yeah, duff it. I'm going to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
But for like 2 or 3 days, I couldn't even drag myself out of bed. Seriously, I was in that much pain. I just couldn't do it. Okay, the body's telling me I can't move. I'm not going to move. I'm just going to stay in bed and let it try and recoup. So that's all you can do.
Yeah, why not?
I've got the solution for you.
What's that?
You just need to get dementia, and then you won't remember that you felt better. You just think it's normal.
That's not a good idea, because then I won't remember whether I'm upstairs or downstairs, and then in the middle of the night when I've got to do that biological pee break, I'm just going to fall straight down those stairs.
Yeah, I remember back to when I had my back injury when I was 13 years old, and I was in bed for 4 weeks, couldn't move. Yeah, not a pleasant thought. Those pains were real. But yeah, old age pains, just that nulling, grating feeling that you get on all your bones. When can we start doing this body swap thing? I've seen enough movies with body swap stuff. Can we just take a gene splice, make a clone, and transfer the consciousness or something? I'm sure we can do that now. I've seen it in movies. I've seen it in games. Surely we can do that. Give me a new body. Was it in Larry Niven's series? They had
Yeah.
a doctor that you'd step in and it would actually dematerialize your body, rematerialize your body, and anything that wasn't part of your genome was removed,
Yeah.
or something. I think I haven't read those books for 30 odd 40 years, so I can't remember exactly how it worked. But yeah, the fun and games based on the puppeteer stepping discs. They became auto docs or something like that. I can't. It's been a while since I read that stuff. I should go back and read those things again, but you know, I just can't. I can't
he
read
was a
books.
brilliant author.
It just. I just can't do it anymore. You know, the whole glasses thing and book. And,
Back into that with my textbooks and everything like that.
They do make these things called audio books, but you have to.
Yeah. A lot of these pains in old age are caused by heavy Viagra used in the 50s. Well, all I can say, apart from that back injury, the worst I've ever been laid up with the flu is like 2 days. You know, I've never had a flu vaccine or anything else. Just that they just have a natural, body chemistry that fights it well. You know, I don't know how much I spread it, but basically after 2 days of feeling shit, I'm back at work. You know, I'm probably still spreading it to everybody else in the workforce, but I'm fine. I'm all right. Work needs to get done. Nobody else is going to do it. You don't know what I do anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys had done my work while I was gone, I wouldn't have had to come back.
That's
right,
right, exactly. I always felt like I was
But
doing.
no, the manager's calling saying, "Hey, we can't do this now because nobody knows how to do it."
Robert, when you are no longer enjoying the hunt, closing and enjoying, you get married. Then that all ends. Okay, right. Okay, Shannon. I have been married for 35 years and I'm still having fun. Yes, I know. They've got a great relationship. She's an absolute charmer. She's stole his heart 35 years ago. He's fucked, that's it. When the Thai girl steals your heart, that's it. They never give anything back. That's my little joke. It's like, I haven't got Emroy Barn, I don't have money. You pay, I give you the money back. Where does the change go?
It's only Shani's purse.
In a purse. It's always the fun things about life and being. Like, we're effectively married, okay? We just do all the married stuff without being married.
You mean what's hers is hers and what's yours is hers?
I think it'd be better to grow a young clone body and transfer it to that. I'm thinking. I've been watching that Foundation series with the Foundation. They've got 3 clones always running, and they grow old and they terminate one, and then no one's born. This cycle and goes on. Good TV series. I quite enjoy it. I had to go and watch the first season again to catch up because I'd forgotten exactly the premise. It's a confusing series to watch. Anyway. I think it would be better to grow. Yeah, we did that. Mrs. Street's loving our church. Me and my wife have had 7 years of wedded bliss. We've been married for 30 years. Bobby, she might read that. Should I delete it? I prefer women in their 20s. Impossible to be with one for 35.
Yeah, if they're in their 20s, you couldn't have been with them for 35 years.
Yeah, that's because my eyes are going. My eye drops out in a minute. Look on life, but hey, we're all free to live the life we want. We're all free to do our own thing. Exactly right, Mark. Marriage is about give and take. Shania gives and one takes. I think it's. I suppose it's a two-way street. There is an equalisation that goes on there, like any good relationship. Marriage, yeah, okay. I'm here for a few weeks. Yeah. I said, Bobby, you missed the gag above, was it? There are 35 years of age between me and... yeah, okay. Right, okay.
I just figure you're only as old as who you feel, so I plan on picking somebody young to feel.
But there's a flip side to that. All I get out of Shonda, she's 39, all I get is she's got back pain, so somehow she's getting referral back pain from me. So we share everything. She's now getting my back pain. Well, it seems like it anyway. Oh, such is life. Oh, ow. That's better. Your bird says you're only as wide as your bird says you're only as wide as you feel. Okay.
I don't get that.
I don't get that. No, yeah.
No.
I'm trying to put that in a spin.
No.
What word was wrong? I'm not one of those AIs. I can't sort of look through a billion sort of type of possible answers to that one. That was another thing. I was trying to find a passage from Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy yesterday. Total mental blank. But Bard found it for me. It actually made a point that that's actually used differently in the radio series of the books, and I didn't really notice that. We've reached one juju flop situation. The governments of Quanta Vista, had decreed that since everybody had been taking holiday for 3 years and no work was being done and no food was being produced, and we'd reached one juju flop situation, right? The whole world basically, I can't remember exactly how the thing goes. I'd have to get the book out. It was in reference to swear words, right? Belgium, man, Belgium. It's only used by loose-tongued people like Zach and Beeblebrucks in situation of dire provocation, or people who don't know what the meaning is anyway. Anyway, so I'm just drifting off into Hitchhiker's Land. Sorry.
That's all right. I just had recollections of the economy according to shoes.
Oh, right, did you? The shoe event horizon.
Yes.
When every shoe shop outnumbers every other shop, and so it becomes impossible to create anything else but shoe shops.
Shoes.
And so everybody either dies of starvation or evolve into birds and never put their feet on the ground again. So I'm sorry, I'm just a bit of a freak when it comes to hitchhikers.
Yeah.
And okay, well, we might finish the last 10 minutes now. Let's talk Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Who doesn't know Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy? Got to get everybody on the right track, because this came up in conversation last night. People have seen the MGM movie of 2005. That was their introduction.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Radio
No.
TV series. Got to read the books first, then.
My first introduction was second season, first episode. It was given to me on a cassette tape, which had been dubbed 3 times, right? Because these were like gem, these were like gold, right?
Yeah.
To get a copy, and it was the second season, first episode, where Zape was walking into the publishing house of Ursula Manabita, and he's just tried to find Zaniwoop, and his towel. Anyway, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. And I said, where's the rest of it? And it took me like 5 months or something, and searching high and low through all my friends, and you know this, and they finally found a group of guys that actually started collecting it originally from the first season, and so I got the whole season. First season and second season. It was a cassette, but it was the radio series broadcast on BBC something or other, 4. BBC 4, was it? BBC, I can't remember. But yeah, the radio series was first, okay? If you want to really get into Hitchhikers, you have to listen to the radio series. Right. They then created some books, and of course he just improved his writing style, because don't forget, a radio series is a script between people reading and sound effects, and you have to make that into a book with words. You have to change the story slightly, like crashing into the sun's a bit hard to do, things like that. But get the idea. So it just changes the story, and then of course we had. I think I got the radio scripts. I actually got a book that they actually published the radio scripts. Well, I had the whole collection. I was a freak. And then the books came out, books 1 and 2. Did you ever read Titanic? Was it called Starship Titanic? Was it called? Doug Oggy? Did you ever read Starship Titanic? Was it Starship Titanic? Was that the other one to be non-hitchhikers?
I never got into his non-hitchhiking stuff.
No, Dirk Gently was weird. I like Dirk Gently. Dirk Gently is good, but the Starship Titanic does come up in the radio series. I think season 5 that does get a mention. It instantly ceased to be when it was created, because it was powered by an improved improbability drive. Which anyway, it's a whole book on that. But it's quite interesting story. But yes, so the radio series, books came out in vinyl, scripts. They made a 6-part TV series, which is pretty much on par. They had to change a few things. Then he had season 3 of the radio series, season 4 of the radio series, season 5 of the radio series. No, season 5 of the radio series. Then MGM got a hold of it and said, we can make a movie of this, and fuck the whole thing up. Yeah. And then, and basically, because they got involved, it lost momentum, because people really got lost with what they were trying to do with it. Anyway,
humour's changed so much.
But then there was season 6 of the radio series did come out. We sort of corrected a few things, so we can actually put that down to some sort of problem related to the Guide Part 2, Mark 2, which is in season 5 of the radio series. You haven't got that far yet, have you? Season the Guide Mark II. Oh, you're gonna love the Guide Mark II. Oh my God! So you thought the original Guide was weird? The second one's even weirder. Anyway, what do we got? Mick. He's ships hung in the same ways as the bricks don't. Yes.
Next to a bowl of petunias and a whale.
A common mistake that people make when trying to design something completely foolproof is understand the integrity of complete fools. Yes, exactly right.
Oh, you got to laugh. I mean, there's so much shit going on down.
That's the thing. If you don't have these avenues to release, then of course the shit that's going on out there will just totally fuck you up. It really will. If you want to listen to the radio series, just hit me up on Discord. I can leverage the powers of the internet to make that happen.
And if you really want to go out there, you go onto the Kenny Everett video show, and that's another episode.
Yes, you guys are so unhip. It's a wonder your bums don't fall off. What are you talking about, Mick? Man, I get Stranger Things free with my breakfast cereal. There is so many one-liners out there being used today from hitchhikers that people don't even know where they come from. That's how pervasive. What do you call it? It's a meme. He's a meme. He's a perfect meme. He just creates these realities that make sense.
Don't they call those tropes?
Oh, tropes is it? It's tropes. I'm using the wrong word again. See, so I'm laughing so much I'm crying. It's all done in the best possible taste. I know the first Australian to get a microwave starred I stared at it for 2 weeks before I realised it was a poor implosion. Okay, right. Not going to go there. But yeah, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I think we all need to just take a time out and revisit the series. we might put it on background. I've got it on my Plex. I've got it on my Plex.
Bobby, that makes me think of the joke about the Australian who bought the first chainsaw.
Okay.
He took it back to the dealer after 2 weeks. It says, you promised me this would be able to cut a cord of wood a day. He says, well, yeah, what's going on? He says, I can't. I'm lucky if I can cut the tree down in a day, much less a cord of wood. He goes, well, let's see what's going on. He puts it up on the bench, puts a little gas in it, starts up. He goes, what's that noise?
Yeah. I've seen similar memes of that one. Yes, I've seen it. I like the one with the guy's got the chainsaw between his legs trying to start the fucking thing.
No.
Anyway. Dealer pulled the cord and he said, what's that noise?
What's that noise?
What's that noise? Yeah. Oh, well. You got to laugh at life. I think that's the thing. You've got. I don't think we take enough time to sort of really get back and laugh at life. That was the whole idea, the fun principal. Somebody actually picked up the word spelling and, said, that's not how you spell principal. I says, it's a double entendre, come on.
What's an entendre?
Where it has two meanings.
That's
Sorry, you know what it means. Yeah. But yes, the fun principal. Yes, I'm the headmaster. I'm the teacher. That was the double. Yeah, go on. Yeah, again.
No, right.
I'm not picking on him, but seriously, he didn't. I didn't start a fight with him, but I do things like that. I play with words. It's called general
you
semantics.
plant the seed, and if there's enough water and enough fertilizer, it will grow.
We just
got at the moment.
We just need to grow this group more. Yeah, we need a bigger group. Come on. Curiously enough, the only thing that went through the mind of the Boulder Petunia was, oh well, not again. You actually get Agwajag. You actually get to meet him in season 4. He's a weirdo. He really is. I'm not going to. No spoilers. Come on.
Can I name it Wind? What is this
Wind. It's wide rushing sound. What's a wide rushing ground? I wonder if it'll be friends with me.
Me, yeah.
2 Irishmen looking at a sign on job centre, which is tree fellas wanted. One of the Irishmen said to the other, if there was another one of us, we could have gone for tree fellas. Tree. Yeah. That's all right.
I'll just reiterate. Marky Mark, I do know what a double entendre is. I was just taking notice at the fact of what's an entendre. You double it. It's okay. I am feeling under the weather, but I'm not that bad.
Yeah, but unfortunately, all I can say is the YouTube ecosystem's a strange place now. I'm steadfast. I'm sticking with what I'm doing. I don't care if it doesn't trick the algorithm and whatever. The people who watch our stuff enjoy it. I don't need to have the whole world enjoy it. If they want to, they just got to find the channel, the other means. The AIs won't do it.
You're targeting a better class of
better class of
like
audience.
General people.
I can't reduce my life to 30 seconds in a day. I put something up on Facebook yesterday, just that traffic in Sukhumvit. Did you see that one? Did you?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. There's the sort of things that people love to watch on TikTok and Facebook and Twitter and everything now. Seriously.
What, for 4 hours non-stop?
That
streams live, yeah.
Yeah. What French people did. We could go on for hours and hours. We are going to reset and we are going to go play games while we probably listen to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy in the background. I'll get my bot to play my Plex into the stream and we can listen to hitchhikers.
Me, I better go get some more medicines.
Are you going to go get some medicine? Are you going to play with us today or what?
Yeah, I've got to.
Yeah.
It's hard. I want to, but then I've got so much I've got to do before I just plonk myself and go, ah.
No, you need to plonk yourself and go, and then worry about that tomorrow.
All right.
As long as you got food and water, you're good.
Oh, well, I've got to go get some food. I've got water. I've got to get some food.
Well, I got to go and do the food thing. Unfortunately, I got water. This is what happens in Thailand. You end up with two half, but because
Yeah.
it's normal. Should I put a water faucet up here so I don't have to go downstairs? No, it's just going too far.
You don't have a tap upstairs?
No, it's one in the bathroom, but I got to put a filter, water filter. I'm not going to drink their tap
You can't
water.
drink the water straight from the tap.
Well, they say you can, but I'd prefer.
Oh, if you put a quadruple filter and a reverse osmosis on it, I bet you could.
Which is what I got downstairs.
Has got one downstairs.
Yeah.
I've got one in my. Not a.
As we used to say in
one.
the Amway days when we were selling the Amway water filter, you either use a filter or you be the filter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louise, don't remind me of that. The old per years.
So you're an old Amway distributor too, are you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, yeah. Okay.
Tried that when I was first married.
I made 18% in 6 months. And then I just said, this is a fucking joke.
Yeah. Drinking from a tap in Thailand is for when you have to diet. Getting sick in Thailand also when you have to diet. I think I've lost 5-6 kilos in the last 3 weeks.
Yep.
Don't recommend it.
Anyway, we could talk about all the health issues next week. We'll get out of your face and have you go and enjoy your day. Where's my closing screen? Let's get out of here. Peace out, guys. Bye for now. And we'll see you on Twitch. Twitch in 15 minutes.
Week.
Twitch on 15 minutes. Links are down below. Twitch is 15 minutes. Okay. Bye-bye.